Hey, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video. And if this one helps you out, a like genuinely means a lot to us. Let's get into it. Quick question before we start. What day of the week do you do your grocery shopping? If you answered Saturday or Sunday, you are in the majority, and you are almost certainly paying more than you need to, buying older produce than you realize, missing the best markdowns of the week, and shopping at the exact moment the store is most crowded and most designed to make you spend impulsively. Today we are going through why the day you shop matters more than most people think, what the weekly cycle of a grocery store actually looks like from the inside, and specifically which days and times give you the best combination of fresh stock, active markdowns, and lowest prices. This is one of those videos where the information translates directly into savings on your very next grocery run without changing what you buy or where you shop. Let's start with why weekends are the worst time to shop, because the reasons are more layered than just being crowded. Grocery stores run on weekly cycles. Sales reset, deliveries arrive, markdowns get processed, and stock levels rise and fall on predictable schedules that repeat every 7 days. The weekend is when the largest number of customers come through the door. Stores know this and staff, stock, and price accordingly. When foot traffic is high, the staff who would otherwise be processing markdowns are managing the floor, restocking shelves, and serving customers. The manager specials and end-of-cycle markdowns that represent some of the best value in the store get processed more slowly or not at all on busy weekend days because there simply isn't staff bandwidth to handle them. The store is running at capacity, and the efficiency that produces good markdowns requires staff availability that peak hours don't allow. The produce situation on weekends is worth understanding specifically because it affects quality as much as price. Most major grocery chains receive their significant produce deliveries midweek, typically arriving Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. When you shop on Saturday or Sunday, you are buying produce that has been sitting in the store since that midweek delivery, which is 4 to 5 days old before it even goes into your fridge. The produce that looked vibrant and fresh when it arrived on Wednesday has been handled by hundreds of shoppers, exposed to store conditions for days, and partially depleted of its best items by earlier in the week shoppers. You are getting the remainder at the end of a long week rather than the fresh delivery at the beginning of one. The sales calendar is the third reason weekends are a poor choice, and this one has a direct dollar impact on your bill. Most major grocery chains reset their weekly sales on Wednesday. The promotional pricing that drives the biggest savings on proteins, dairy, and packaged goods begins in the middle of the week, not at the beginning of it. Weekend shoppers who arrive on Saturday or Sunday are catching the tail end of the current sales week. The good promotional stock may have already been picked over by Wednesday and Thursday shoppers, and the new sales cycle is 2 or 3 days away. Now let's go through the week day by day because each has a specific profile worth knowing. Monday is better than most people assume. The weekend rush is over, the store is significantly less crowded, and staff have the bandwidth to start processing the markdowns and clearance items that piled up over the busy weekend days. Meat that arrived over the weekend and is now approaching its sell-by date starts getting marked down on Monday morning, often 30 to 50% off as the meat department prepares for the next delivery. Bakery items from the weekend that didn't sell begin getting marked down. Produce that needs to move before the midweek delivery arrives gets reduced. Monday is one of the best days in the week for finding marked down items if you are willing to get to the store in the morning when those markdowns are first processed. Tuesday follows a similar pattern to Monday, but with the added factor that midweek deliveries are either arriving Tuesday evening or being processed for Wednesday morning shelf stocking. This makes Tuesday a transitional day. The Monday markdowns are still available and being added to throughout the day, while the store is also beginning to receive and process new stock. Late Tuesday or early Wednesday morning is when the produce receiving door is busiest at most stores, which directly affects what you find on the shelves Wednesday morning. Wednesday is the single best day to grocery shop at most major chains, and the reasons stack on top of each other in a way that makes the advantage significant. New weekly sales begin at most major grocery retailers on Wednesday, which means the best promotional prices of the week are brand new and the advertised stock is fully available. At the same time, the prior week's sale prices are often still active for the first part of Wednesday before they officially expire, meaning there is a window at many stores where both the outgoing and incoming sale prices are valid simultaneously, and the overlap gives you access to double the promotional items in a single trip. Fresh produce from the Tuesday night or Wednesday morning delivery is on the shelves. Meat deliveries are fresh. The store is not yet carrying the weekend crowd. Staff are available. And the weekly circular, the document that tells you what is on sale, is fully active rather than ending in a day or two. If you can only change one thing about how you grocery shop, changing the day to Wednesday is the single most impactful adjustment you can make. Thursday is the second best day and a strong alternative for people whose schedules don't allow a Wednesday shop. All the new weekly sales are fully active, stock is still in good shape from the midweek deliveries, the store is less crowded than the weekend, and any markdown processing that didn't happen by Wednesday will typically be completed by Thursday morning. The main difference between Wednesday and Thursday is the potential loss of the overlapping sale window, but otherwise Thursday delivers most of the same advantages. Friday is the point at which the week starts turning back toward weekend conditions. Sales are still active, stock is still reasonably good, but foot traffic begins increasing from midday onward as people shop ahead of the weekend. Friday morning is still a good time. Friday afternoon starts to feel more like a weekend shop in terms of crowds and the impulse buying pressure that comes with them. Saturday and Sunday are the days to avoid if you have any flexibility. Sales are at their oldest point in the cycle. The best promotional stock has been picked over by 4 or 5 days of shoppers. Produce is at its furthest point from the midweek delivery and has been handled by the most people. Markdown processing is slowest because staff are occupied with managing peak traffic, and the crowds themselves are a savings risk. Research on grocery shopping behavior consistently shows that crowded stores produce more impulse purchases, more unplanned additions to the cart, and higher average transaction sizes than quiet stores. The combination of older stock, fewer markdowns, and higher impulse spending makes the weekend objectively the most expensive time to shop. There is one exception worth noting. Sunday evening is a specific window when the store is beginning to prepare for the new week's deliveries, and some departments start processing clearance items ahead of Monday restocking. Meat in particular sometimes gets marked down Sunday evening. If the weekend is your only option, Sunday evening is meaningfully better than Saturday or Sunday morning. The time of day within your chosen shopping day matters as well and is often overlooked. Early morning within the first hour or two of the store opening is when markdown processing from the overnight shift is freshest and most complete. The manager's special stickers on meat and bakery items, the reduced produce, the clearance shelf, all of this is at its most complete in the early morning before other shoppers have gone through it. By midday, the best markdown items are often gone. Shopping early on a Wednesday or Thursday morning combines the best day with the best time and is as close to optimal as grocery shopping gets without requiring any change in what you buy. The most underrated strategy in this video is also the simplest. Walk up to the meat department manager or the produce manager or the bakery manager and ask them directly what days and times they process markdowns. Most will tell you without any hesitation. Every store has its own specific schedule. The general patterns described in this video are consistent across most major chains, but the exact timing varies. A 1-minute conversation with the department manager gives you a precise schedule specific to your store that is worth far more than the general guidance alone. The meat manager who tells you we mark down on Monday and Wednesday mornings at 8 has just given you a calendar item worth hundreds of dollars in savings per year. The weekly circular is the other tool that works best when used with timing awareness. Most chains publish their new weekly circular on Wednesday, either in the morning when the new sales begin, or in some cases the night before so you can plan. Checking the circular before you build your shopping list for the week rather than after means your meal plan is built around what is on sale rather than the sale being something you notice after you have already decided what to eat. Building your weekly meals around the protein and produce that is on promotion this week rather than buying what you planned and hoping it is on sale is one of the most consistent and scalable grocery savings habits available, and it works best in combination with a midweek shopping day when both the sales and the stock are at their peak. Let's put numbers to all of this, because the savings from a timing change alone are more significant than most people expect. A household spending $500 a month on groceries, which is on the lower end for a family, and making shopping day and time adjustments that capture fresher produce, active markdown items, and the overlapping sales window realistically reduces the monthly grocery bill by 15 to 25%. That is $75 to $125 a month. $900 to $1,500 a year. From changing which day you walk into the same store you always went to and buying the same general categories of food you always bought. No couponing, no apps, no loyalty card strategy required. Drop a comment with what day you currently shop and whether you are going to try changing it. We read every single one, and it would be genuinely interesting to hear what people find when they make the switch. And if you want a follow-up video covering the best day to buy everything else, gas, flights, electronics, clothing, and more, let us know below because that video is coming. Hit the like button if this helped, subscribe and tap the bell if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.